Hello, welcome to the Night Porter YouTube channel where I talk about everything to do with Japan and beyond. So, a little bit different today. The Akiko Yano video will be out soon, but I'm waiting for Akiko to get around to watching it and approving it. She's been busy on tour, so it's understandable she hasn't been able to get around to checking it out and watching the thing in full yet. It's about half an hour long. And yeah, fingers crossed she likes it. It was certainly a lot of fun to do the interview. We had quite a few laughs and she shared some really good information along the way. So before I get started with today's unboxing, yeah, just want to address some of the comments I've had. In the main, comments have been really amazing, so thank you for all of those. The odd one though, not so great, like being compared to the protagonist from the Human Centipede is kind of not what I expected to hear. But apparently I'm to blame for David Sylvian, backing off from appearing in public. But yeah, there you go. Interesting comments. But yeah, you have to try harder to offend me. I just laughed out loud when I heard it. By the way, don't Google the Human Centipede. If you have a nervous disposition, do not Google Human Centipede. Okay, so what have I got in here? Let's see. So it's arrived during the week, and it is David Sylvian in a box. So let's see what I've got here. First one I can see, Gone to Earth. Then there is Brilliant Trees, Secrets of the Beehive, and last of all, Alchemy. So yeah, these are the repressed reissues on coloured vinyl. So let me see. I think I'll start with Brilliant Trees first. So these just arrived from Sylvian's web store in the Netherlands. They're new represses. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, Brilliant Trees has actually got the correct wording on the spine. The first presses that were out in October, Brilliant Trees said Secrets of the Beehive on its spine, which is a bit unfortunate. But never mind. So the Brilliant Trees album, I first heard it on the day of release back in 1984. I was in Our Price in St Albans, and I went in straight after school and I listened to it on their system in the shop. I asked for them to play it, and then I had to wait until that weekend when I got my money from a paper round to actually buy the thing. Okay, I just need to get something here to actually open the shrink wrap, because it is really tightly shrink wrapped. Let me see. Got to be pretty careful with this. Don't want to ruin the thing. I'm going to keep the hype sticker and I'm going to pop that inside the packaging a bit later on. So that's come off nicely. Put that to one side. So the covers have got a nice sort of matte finish. It's different to the original, different layout. I think the photo has been rescanned. It's by Yuko Fuji, and then all the other elements are different. So you had a photo similar to this, but not showing David on the back of the original album. Let's see what's inside the gatehold. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've got Sylvian and Sakamoto there. That was taken in Berlin, 1983. when the album was being recorded. You can see there David looking at various different Polaroids that were taken at the time. Yeah, nice memorial to Reishi as well. So let's have a look. There's no insert inside the gatefold, but there is a really nice inner sleeve. Again, I believe this was taken by Yuka, and it's from they were travelling in 83 and 84, and I think it's from that period. It's either going to be the Himalayas or France from the photographs in a book like Planets. Not quite sure. I think this is an alternate shot to one that's been published before. And then the other side has got the album credits on it. So let's have a look and see if I can get this vinyl out. By the way, I use a replacement inner sleeve for most albums. It's stuck with static. I'm going to take this out carefully. There we go. It is absolutely stuck. Absolutely stuck due to static. Right, let's get it. Here we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Sorry about the light shining. It is absolutely wonderful. Just going to hold up to the light, see if it's... No, it's not translucent at all. It's like lovely green and black. And I'll pop it on later and give it a listen later on. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I love this album. Brilliant Trees is absolutely amazing. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it as well, but if you're not, it's really essential listening. It's got guest appearances from Richard Barbieri, Steve Jansen, Richie Sakamoto, Holger Zuke, and John Hassel, among others. And yeah, it's a really good, really strong, I think, transition between the sound of Japan and the sound of David's solo work. So I think it's absolutely essential. It was fantastic at the time. It reached the top 5 in the UK in the albums chart, and did really well. Overall, really big seller for him. Really helped David establish his solo career. Absolutely superb. So then the next album that came out was just about year and a half later. It was actually an extension of Brilliant Trees, Alchemy, subtitle An Index of Possibilities, and it was originally just released on cassette in the UK, although it came out on CD sometime later in Japan. So bootleggers took advantage of this, and there was quite a widespread sort of bootleg vinyl release. Didn't need to take the shrink wrap off this one, because it's not gatefold. So you've got there David in the Himalayas, similar to that shot from the inner sleeve of Brilliant Trees, actually. So yeah, I think it was shot in the Himalayas, and you've got a sort of extension to the scene at the back. Pity this one wasn't gatefold, actually. It would have worked really well. And then inside, got another shot from the same session. It was also used, an alternate shot to this was used on the compilation CD, A Victim of Stars. So then you've got David on the front, and on the back you've got all of the different credits for the album. My favourite on here is Steel Cathedrals. I just think that's outstanding. I did write from the outset as well. I think the video is stunning. It's not at all dated. I'd love to see a remastered version. Now this is nice. Look at that. Look at that vinyl. That is beautiful. And the other side looking even better, I think, actually. It is actually slightly translucent, this one, when I've got a light in front of me, and I can see through this one. I couldn't see through the Brilliant Trees one, which had a bit more black in the design. yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Got nice labels on there. This is a really nice size, really nice thing to have. I look forward to listening to this later on. Can't see any sort of major credits on there about remastering or anything like that, but it's probably in the small print somewhere. Again, I will be putting these into new inner sleeves to keep them nice and to make sure the inner sleeve doesn't get any ring wear or anything like that. Okay, so next in the series is Gone to Earth, another favourite. This was released in 1986. Again, it's one I picked up straight away on release. Didn't listen to it in a shop. I think I just got it, and I got it on vinyl first, I believe, and I would have listened to it at home when it came out. Let me try and get this shrink wrap off, and I'll show you the sleeve. Come on, without tearing. Oh, it's being difficult. Right, here we go. Go, put that to one side. So what we got here, David here in a car. This was when he was going to shoot the Silver Moon video, I believe. So it folds out like this, so you get the full picture, and then here he is looking quite serious on the inside of the gatefold. And obviously this is totally different sleeve to the original, which had artwork by Russell Mills. So we've got two inner sleeves here. Another shot by Yuka. I think this is actually a shot taken in late 1984, possibly early 1985. That's judging from the shirt and the hair. I think an outtake from this was used for the Alchemy cassette release. And then you've got the track credits on the back of the first inner sleeve. This is the vocal album. And then you've got the instrumental album. Okay, nice shot there by Yuka. Been maybe listening back to the album. And then you've got all of the credits here. So it says here, reissue coordination by someone called Joe Black, and all the photography by Yuka, design and calligraphy Chris Big, but overall art direction by David Sylvian. Interesting, got a credit here, assisted by Catherine Wilson. I think that's the name of the staff member at Opium that myself and Sarah, amongst others, will have met in the 80s. I believe she did work in the office. That name really does ring a bell. Oh, let's have a look at the vinyl itself. I hadn't done that. So this is disc 1. Oh, this is very colourful indeed. Look at that. That is something else. And the other side, completely different. Interesting. If you know how they did this, please do comment, because I'm quite curious to know how they did that. That is something else. It looks absolutely spectacular. Hopefully it will also sound spectacular as well. Let's have a look. And second one, second disc, see if it's any different. Wow, these are completely different. Look at that. So you've got the orange on one side and a bit of white, and then you've got more sort of white on the other. So I wonder if they sandwiched two of the different pucks together to get this variety of colour, because it really is something else. There's some really interesting sort of gradation going on here, which I really love the look of. Ironically, it kind of reminds me of something that Russell Mills might have liked. Just the style of the vinyl. I've got mixed feelings about the redesign. I think it's great that we get something new, but at the same time, I really enjoy the original sleeve designs. Now with the last one, Secrets to the Beehive, not so different at all from the original. The original used very similar, if not the same artwork. However, this time we have a gatefold again. So I'm going to get this open and we'll have a look inside and see what you get. Again, these came from David Sylvian's official store. So they are the new stock that came in. So I know that there was a printing error on Brilliant Trees, but that isn't affected now. So if you were to order or buy from now on, they should be the correct designs. There you go, Secrets to the Beehive there. And then you've got whatever that is. I think it's some kind of crushed bucket. People were joking at the time that it was David Sylvian's Y-fronts. When the Let the Happiness In single came in, I thought it was kind of strange. It looks like a crushed bucket of some kind to me. And then what have we got inside? Right, here we go. This is the portrait that came with the original album. I think it was on the back sleeve. And then you've got a quote from the lyrics from Orpheus inside on the other side of the gatefold. Lovely. Now we've got the inner sleeve. It was originally an insert. That's again portrait of David. So this is by Nigel Grierson, this picture. The other pictures are by Yuka. And Nigel Grierson also did the different elements of the photography on the inner sleeve and the outer sleeve as well. So yeah, very interesting. So this says that it is the remastered by Tony Cousins from 2003. So it's not been redone again. And that this reissue coordinated by Joe Black. So let's see what this beauty looks like then. And there we go. So you've got one side which is much more sort of yellowy green, and then this side which looks a lot more sort of yellow to me. Interesting. I don't think I like this one as much as the Gone to Earth discs. I think the Gone to Earth discs and the Alchemy disc was just superb. This is not opaque at all. I think it's because it's got a base that is black. Yeah, nice thing to have though. It's Secrets of the Beehive actually got first on cassette on the day of release. I was working that day. So when I was working in Soho for the art studio, and so on one of my messenger rounds I was able to pop directly to HMV in Oxford Street, which was on the way to somewhere, and I picked up the cassette, stuck it in my Walkman, and then did my job for the rest of the day listening to this album, which was, I think it was October 87, so it's slightly late for the track September, but I enjoyed it anyway. So there you go. That's the new David Sylvian repressed reissues from 2025 of his first 4 albums, all recorded and released in the 1980s. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope the next video out should be, fingers crossed, not including clips and things like that, should be the Akiko Yano interview, where we talk about Japan, her experience working with the members of Japan, talk a bit about YMO, her musical background, her upbringing, about her parents, which is not something I'd ever really known about before, but she talks quite a lot about her parents and her introduction to music, and yeah, we have a few laughs along the way. She's a very engaging, humorous person, and I like to think we got along quite well in the interview. We only had a brief time, so I'm hoping she's going to let me use it uncut. We did have a couple of conversations that were not filmed around former members of Japan. She was asking after people. She said she gave me a little anecdote saying that David had got in touch with her a few years ago, and she genuinely did not know if it was him or not, or if it was someone pretending to be David. So she said she had to send the messages to Riichi, who then verified, said, yeah, this really is David. So she said that because it had been such a long time since she'd heard from him, and she hadn't had that much direct contact, for example, in the 1990s. So yeah, so that happened. But yeah, she really does have good memories of the former members of Japan, and I think that she's the type of person that she probably would never say anything negative about anyone, but I genuinely got the sense that she did enjoy working with them. She liked them. She's very proud of what she did in the past. She's not someone that shies away from it. You'll have seen recently on YouTube she published a performance of Raideen by Yellow Magic Orchestra. She's proud of the fact that she worked with them and toured with them. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that published in the next week or two after she's approved it, and then you'll be able to enjoy that. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. So please do like and subscribe. 27th of December, I'm holding a live stream, so I'll be chatting, playing lots of music. I'm going to check it's all going to get past the various blocks and things first. Luckily a lot of live material seems to. But yeah, I'll be trying to do a bit of a DJ set. Be a first for me to do on YouTube live, so hopefully it will work, touch wood. You might see me pop on occasionally for a brief live before the 27th of December just to test if everything works. But yeah, don't worry about tuning in. It's really just to check. I'll have Murat upstairs or downstairs checking the stream works on another machine, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. I'll be having a few drinks on the night. Hopefully we can share some stories related to Japan or just ourselves, because I know a few people I know will be tuning in, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, in the meantime, everyone take care, stay safe, stay warm in this horrible weather, try not to catch the flu if you're in the UK, and please everyone look after yourselves and stay well. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye now.